I kept using the immersion blender to keep blending this face wash together, because I was like, why is it not getting any thicker? This is a disaster. This is a fail. But guys, to make our African black soap face wash, we need to measure all our ingredients in different phases, and you need to follow this order in order for this recipe to work. Even though it failed this time, but you must follow this order for it to work, and I'll show you how to tweak this to make sure that it doesn't fail. So the first thing you need to add to your container is your vitamin E oil, which I added earlier, then my hemp seed oil, then I added my Polysorbate 20, and then I added my essential oils to this phase of the ingredients. So once I've added all my ingredients, check the description box below. I would write it down in phases for you. Mix all of this together and set this to the side. So that is our first phase done. The second phase is to measure out separately our preservative and then set this to the side as well. And then measure out your surfactant and set the surfactant to the side. You can use any surfactant of choice depending on your skin issue. If you want something more neutral, use Coco Glucoside. If you have like acne, oily skin, combination skin, you can use Glucoside. You can really use any surfactant of your choice. Just choose one, measure it and set it to the side. Measure out Xanthan Gum and our Glycerin, and then mix together and set this to the side. Once that is done, you then need to bring your black soap liquid out of the double boiler, and then using an immersion blender to emulsify all the bits together. Make sure that everything is completely blended through, and then we're going to sieve this. You don't have to actually strain this, but I just prefer to do this just to avoid the bits at the bottom of the formula. You won't necessarily be able to remove everything, but just doing this little bit is really important. As you can see from the strainer here, that still have some stuff hanging behind, and I don't want that in my face wash. Especially if you're selling this, it's best to just strain this out of the way. And once this is done, check the temperature of your soap and make sure that it's good enough for the ingredient from the face that you're going to enter doesn't really evaporate. So your hemp seed oil, your polysorbate, your essential oil, everything, mix that phase alone into the black soap liquid, and then just mix together using a spatula. You don't have to use the immersion blender, but you can. It's not going to make that much of a difference because we haven't added the surfactant. So mix all of that together, and once you've mixed that together, check the temperature, and then we need to add the next phase. Add the surfactant, and then first use a spatula to mix it together, and then go in with your immersion blender just for a few seconds. And once this is done, check the temperature, because we're going to now be adding our preservative, and you need to add your preservative at the recommended temperature that your manufacturer has recommended for you to add it to your ingredients. So for this preservative that I'm using is Preservative Eco, and you can use it at 40 degrees or below. So I checked the temperature, it was below that, added it, mixed it in with the spatula, and now I'm going in with my Xanthan Gum and Glycerin solution that I mixed earlier, which is the last phase. You need to add this at the last phase, because if you don't, this recipe is going to fail, okay? So add this using your immersion blender, mix this together, and as you continue to mix this together, you will find that the consistency will start to thicken up. For this recipe, it didn't thicken up to the stage that I wanted it to be. This is still a good face wash that you can use in a pump. But for me, I like my face wash to be quite thick. and creamy. So at first I thought I had a problem with my xanthan gum. That's why it wasn't as thick as I wanted it to be. But it wasn't a problem with the xanthan gum. It was actually a problem with the percentage of the xanthan gum that I chose. So I increased the percentage of the xanthan gum when I make this next, and it worked absolutely fine. I will show that video another time. So this face wash worked. It just wasn't to the consistency that I wanted it to be, but there was nothing wrong with it. It was a fail in the sense that it's not what I wanted or I envisioned for this face wash, but it was absolutely amazing. It cleanses your skin, it leaves it squeaky clean but yet not drying, guys. Love, love, love this face wash. Love making African black soap anything, period. Blending this face wash together because I was like, why is it not getting any thicker? This is a disaster, this is a fail. But guys, I felt really defeated. But this is why it's really important to know and learn how to formulate, because I went back to the drawing board and I realized that, okay, the main issue here is the xanthan gum. And I just worked it out, guys. I did this the second time. The xanthan gum wasn't enough, so I went in again and it got thicker as I kept increasing the xanthan gum, and I got it to the right consistency that I wanted. That video will be coming soon. So I hope you guys have learned something from this recipe, this formula. If you did, subscribe, like, leave a comment and share this video. Really appreciate you guys sticking by this channel. Thanks for watching. Check out our Instagram, our TikTok, our Facebook, our Faire Wholesale website, our new website that launched a few weeks ago. Go onto monellpure.com, check out the website. It looks absolutely amazing. Everything on the website is so much cheaper than you find in other places. Thank you guys for supporting. Love you guys for always watching our videos. Until next time, look after yourself and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.